even among World Economic Forum activists, climate dropping as a priority and a concern. And part of that, of course, is due to AI data centers and the massive amount of energy that AI data centers are going to be using. Even the co-chair of the World Economic Forum, Larry Fink, has said publicly that solar and wind cannot power AI data centers.
Oops. Now, that was founder of Climate.com, Mark Morano, in Davos earlier, where he laid out that the global elites have dropped the doom and gloom of climate agenda, largely because it doesn't fit with their billionaire agenda when they fly in on their private jets. When it comes to making money, also in industries that can't rely on renewable energy. The man himself, without the hat on, Mark Morano, joins us now live from Davos, Switzerland. All right, dude, I saw this and I was like, that's a great point. This was like the center of their agenda, and now it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, this is quite shocking. They did a survey of World Economic Forum members before this conference started, and climate has just dropped down off the list. It's so bad. Bill Gates was here and didn't talk about climate the other day. Bill Gates is now talking about climate not being a catastrophe, how humans need flourishing. The only person, and I stress, the only person who's come to this conference has been Al Gore. And he's been reduced. I'm not making this up, Carl. He's been reduced to heckling Trump administration officials during their talks. Al Gore heckling them from the audience. And the thing is, Al Gore is there doing the same speeches he gave in 2005, 2010, 2020. He hasn't changed a bit, talking about climate refugees, rain bombs, all these bad predictions. None of them have come true, but he's the only guy holding true. Meanwhile, you have the head of the World Economic Forum now basically saying solar and wind are out. We need fossil fuels. We need nuclear. And you have the entire conference just moving on. Donald Trump did a masterclass of just gutting the entire agenda of the World Economic Forum this week by talking Greenland, by talking the climate scam, and by talking energy and AI. He just completely hijacked their entire meeting.
Well, and the other thing, too, is I don't know if you follow any of the uranium, plutonium, the nuclear stocks. All the index funds for all those things are like 15% over the last few months. So, I mean, it's...
Yeah, he's fast-tracking it in unprecedented ways. You know, if you're worried about global warming, blame Jane Fonda. It was her 1979 movie, The China Syndrome, that got the world so afraid of nuclear power. So that's the real reason. The Hollywood left created this, but we're finally overcoming that inertia on nuclear.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chernobyl wasn't great, too, but they did a crappy job building the reactor, and that's why it blew up.
Exactly.
The World Economic Forum experts, though, I don't know who these people are. They are the baristas and other people, have shifted away from what they consider global risks over the past years. We've been talking about, environmental issues are the ones dropping in ranking. But what's weird is what's rising. Oh, look. Geoeconomic confrontation is at the #1 issue, up from #9 last year. Extreme weather events dropped from 2 or 4 all the way to the bottom at like #19, whereas pollution fell from 6 to 9. Weirdly, inflation concerns went from 29 last year up to 21 this year. Critical change to Earth systems plummeted from 17 to 24. It just seems like almost everybody's like, yeah, actually, we can't heat our homes.
Yeah, and here's the thing. The reason climate is dropping and all these policies are just dropping as a priority is because their policies caused the affordability. Their policies caused the energy shortages. Their policies caused the economic shortages. The greatest speech, even better than Donald Trump's, and I don't say that lightly today, was Howard Lutnick, the Commerce Secretary, who laid waste in about a minute and a half to the entire World Economic Forum agenda and the whole European push, basically saying, why would Europe commit to net zero when they can't even make their own batteries? They made themselves slave to China, and this has been the undoing of the West, all beginning in the early 1990s. Unfortunately, under George H.W. Bush with the New World Order and the free trade and the globalism, we've sold ourselves out. And of course, now let's hope sanity is restoring. Donald Trump, again, just is resetting the Great Reset agenda.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is Germany and all these places, they listen to a bunch of, purple-haired hippies drinking oat milk and say, you can't have nuclear power. So they're like, oh, yeah, let's get rid of our nuclear power plants. And now they're all freezing to death. But Mark Morano, we appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate it.